please. I'm going to be doing a full moon in Libra reading, what you can expect. Right off the bat, some of you really should be working with some selenite this weekend. I am coming to you from Unoya Soul in Lexington. It's an herbal apothecary and wellness suite. I do Tuesday private appointments here where I make bespoke potions and do tea leaf divination, as well as a few other things. Like I said, they're private appointments. And then on Thursdays at 4 o'clock tomorrow, you will be able to join for a 4 p.m. guided Reiki infused meditation with group divination. And because this is falling with the full moon, I highly recommend it. Those links are in the bio, and you can get some selenite while you're here. I will also be posting my recommendations for what herbs will be best for this energy for the Libra full moon. So that'll be in this post as well. So we've already got some cards popping up of what every single person who's going to watch this reading needs to know for the full moon in Libra. Okay. All right. Okay, so right off the bat, we have the Page of Coins here. Okay, there he is. And I feel like a lot of you are going to be having an opportunity of some kind to really have more of a clear way of pursuing something that really is ultimately your path. That is going to be laying groundwork for not just the secure here and now, but for the future. And whatever it is, it's really something that's going to like lift you up, elevate you. You definitely have a lot of guides around you right now, both in the ethereal realm, in the spiritual realm. This could even be like, departed loved ones, ancestors, things like that. And like I said, your ethereal realm, your angels, your nature spirits, things of that nature, the fairies, really kind of surrounding you at this time. Light, joyful, loving, kindred guides, okay, that are going to be really kind of guiding you to pursue this light, okay, which is really ultimately your path. And it might be calling upon you to really take a role perhaps as the teacher. Kind of, what you have learned so far on your way, what routines, what rituals, what structures have worked for you, and how you can go ahead and convey these messages to others that maybe are on a similar path. And if that doesn't quite hit right, it might be that you have that kind of energy coming into your life to teach you, to help you on this journey with this opportunity that's going to be illuminated with this moon. Now, it's not like all rainbows and gumdrops, of course, because we also have the Five of Wands And so this is a little bit of conflict. This can be a little heated, a little passionate. It is Aries season here. Feel like a little bit of dragon-y energy. If you do any kind, if you like dragons, you work with that energy at all, maybe call upon your dragon guides, you know, for a little bit of guidance and protection there. And, you know, for some people, this might actually be too conflict with an earth energy, someone who's like really stubborn or set in their ways. It could also be you. And somebody who maybe you even like view as like, I don't know, a joker, or like you don't take them seriously. But you need to, because they're gonna kind of give some pushback here, okay? And this doesn't mean that this is, you know, this coming to blows has to be like the be all and end all. Perhaps like this is just, first of all, a call to watch what you say. Make sure you're not like parroting information, you know what I mean? Just like repeating things. Anyway, with that said, like I said, it doesn't have to be like this huge dramatic thing. It will be if you allow it to be. So kind of protect your peace, pick and choose just how much you want to fight about this situation. And it might be something that's coming up though, because it needs to come up regarding, you know, like boundaries. Okay, maybe like there's certain things that you've let slide, or you know what I mean? Like there's like lines drawn in the sand, and now that's kind of coming up for review. And perhaps like this is more about conflicts of interest and a way to maybe find balance, okay? But I also feel like that stubborn energy, that earthy energy might be a little bit more aggressive because it feels uprooted, okay, in this particular situation. And when people feel uprooted, you know, they're not grounded, okay, and this could be you too. If this speaks to you, try and get grounded, because if you're feeling chaos and you're feeling uprooted, and this could be because due to like major life changes, and so you might be a little bit more combative than you'd like to be. This person too might be kind of like in a cycle, in the cycle of endings, okay? It might be, so they might be feeling like a little extra like prickly, yeah, because of all of that energy. And then we have the moon here, okay? So the moon, you know, I always think of, you know, that more reflective, more intuitive side, very watery, okay? And, you know, a little crabbiness could be coming out of those emotional waters, okay? Music right now, I feel, will hold like a lot of messages, maybe confirming some of your more intuitive nudges. Also, because you are ignoring your intuition, that might be a reason for this, and you're gonna be like, I gotta stop ignoring my intuitions. Yes, you do. But you know, like there's some wisdom that isn't so emotional. It's right above that emotional current, okay? And you know, it's illuminating. It's also like it's like three different types of like wise owls, okay? One is very kind of bright and like the sun and illuminating. The other one is a little bit more dark and mysterious and ethereal, kind of like lunar energy. And the other one might be like bright flashes of insight, very much like stars, you know what I mean? They might be on the move, and they might be just really quick, and you know, so try and write things down. Okay, make notes, all right? You could be also getting messages again from like the beyond, you know, like I said, departed loved ones. But, you know, try not to get lost so much in the, I don't know, I almost feel like the what ifs and all of that. Try not to like get into that. And the overall theme here really is the dedication. I don't want to necessarily say perseverance, but I definitely want to say like honing a craft, something that you've been dedicating a lot of time, energy, money into. And you know, like maybe not all of it has necessarily been like out in the open. A lot of it has been kind of done, not necessarily in darkness, but like behind the scenes, you know, in more in private. And that's not a bad thing. You could also feel like maybe when you started really dedicating yourself to this purpose or this craft or whatever it is, this something that you have to really practice. Maybe, you know, you kind of felt like a little bit of like an octopus, like you were doing like a bunch of things, and now that's kind of toned down a little bit, where you can focus on a few other things. And you've kind of been through kind of like, you've seen like the cycles of this, you know what I mean? Like gaining momentum, waning momentum, kind of plateauing, things like that. This could be obviously school or business related, but for some of you, this could actually be very much of like spell work and magic. And, you know, don't forget, words are spells. So for some of you in a more, I don't want to say mundane sense, but, you know, if you're not, you know, hip to like, you know, going to your cauldron later and maybe doing a spell, it could be more of like you have been practicing more of constraint or mindfulness. There's a butterfly right outside the door right now. And I feel like there was like a wasp that went by too. So like, you know, the butterfly and the wasp, just, you know, watch your words. Try not to, if something like upsets you, I'm not saying let it go, but, you know, watch your sting. Don't say something just out of like aggravation or revenge, okay? Anyway, back to this Eight of Coins, which is the overall theme of this. You could be words or spells, so you could be really dedicating practice and craft to either written words, maybe some of you being writers, or perhaps like journaling, affirmations, intentions, things like that, or just abandoning certain ways of speaking about yourself. Okay, and being more mindful and more positive in the way that you are speaking your words, which very much are weaving spells that, if you haven't seen them already, they absolutely are showing up in your life in manifestations. Some of you could be learning maybe how to cook or cook for yourself more and nourishing, and that's like kind of coming up in the manifestation of like alchemy, magical transformations in your world with something as simple as that. But this is very much like something, this situation is definitely like a dedication to your craft, okay? Something that maybe, you know, you kind of felt new at, but, you know, like practice makes perfect, so to speak. And so it kind of has that, you know, or you're creating something new, you're reinventing yourself, but you're dedicating a lot of focus, okay, to this, whatever this task is at hand, okay? And like I said, you know, practice makes perfect, and if you're not going to be perfect, then, you know, practice makes excellence. You know, like this is something that you are definitely going to be focused on to reap like kind of like the fruits of your labor. You're putting an awful lot of energy towards building and utilizing whatever this focus has been in skills. And like I said, you know, there's been a lot going on, okay? You might have had like to recommit yourself over and over again, because remember I was saying about the octopus, that just seemed like there was a lot going on, okay? And it might have left you felt like a little afraid, okay? You can actually see his cape, which is this really cool celestial cape, but see how it's like a little bit frayed at the ends? And this could actually even be something creative as well. And it looks like he's practicing almost in a swamp. So, you know what I mean? I know that could be a lot like kind of like swampy conditions in your mind. So just pay attention to that. But like I said, you're about to get this new invitation opportunity, okay? And like I said, it might have a little, you know, little rockiness, so to speak, but just remember with this Five of Wands, you know, Wands, it's Aries season, it's very fiery, it's very passionate, okay? So just make sure that you're finding the proper outlets for your passion, instead of just like, you know, channeling them into, you know, like waiting for someone to challenge you and having it be a conflict. You know, you could be assertive, but not everything has to be a competition. And if you're truly confident and you're truly like assertive in a more healthy way, and you're get very clear on your objectives, then you won't feel so challenged when, you know, like somebody kind of, either something comes up for debate, or somebody, you know what I mean, wants to, you know, voice their own ideas about like how stuff can be going, and you're like, well, no. That's not how I want to see things go. I don't think that's the best route, and you're gonna have to really have some courage there, okay? And just remember that because of whatever this challenge is, it is absolutely beneficial to you for your growth, okay? And you know, that's where we kind of come up with these guys. Again, it is absolutely teaching you something. Okay, and it might be coming up to teach you something, this challenge, whatever it is, because intuitively you probably knew something and you kind of ignored it, and now, you know, it might have kind of swam up and bit you on the butt. But, you know, like, don't beat yourself up about it. You know, these things are coming to kind of restore, to end conflict, and maybe bring not just like a little bit more balance and peace, but, you know, it's very Libra, you know, evening of those scales, like almost like a justice, so to speak. And, you know, you might have to go ahead and stick up for yourself and make sure you use your voice, okay? Have the courage. You don't have to like burn shit to the ground, but you do need to speak up for yourself, okay? And with great passion, you know, can spark great creativity and come up with creative solutions, okay? To resolving this, whatever this conflict is, and restoring some balance, so you can keep dedicating yourself to this craft, this task, this great great thing for you. All right, and like I said, I'm going to be posting the perfect herbs to support you, which is funny because I went over, let's see if I can take this to the cabinet. I can't get this right. Yes, I can. See, watching the words of herbs over here, and I already picked out what herbs I thought would be beneficial for this full moon in Libra before I even did the reading that I just recorded for you guys, that I'm gonna obviously post. And I gotta tell you, the plants are dead on. okay? So I'll be posting about that too. You guys want to go ahead and pop by while I'm in for, you know, some tea, or even a good spiritual bath, or a reading, or, you know, grab some selenite, get a, you know, a tincture for spring. You know, there's so much you could be doing right now to support yourself, okay, and your health and your beauty and your wellness, because it's all connected. So if you need me, I'm here. And like I said, the links are in the bio for both personal appointments as well as Thursday's group appointment. Okay, I look forward to seeing you at these sessions. Keep her cool and have a great full moon.